Hello and welcome to Franz Cork Weekly Wrap video. In terms of the week that's just been, it's been a pretty good one for equity markets as the Dow Jones Industrial Average has topped 14,000 for the first time in around 5 years. So we have seen a particularly good earnings season with around 69% of those companies who have reported so far actually beating expectations. And this all comes despite that negative GDP print we saw out of the US coming in at minus 0.1% as participants actually do read into the reports quite positively, seeing quite a lot of underlying growth, counting out those one-off factors such as big hits to defence spending and federal government spending. But elsewhere this week, the unemployment rate in the US ticking up to 7.9%, allowing participants to believe that the Fed will conduct their easy monetary policy for slightly longer than originally forecast. But elsewhere this week, the euro currency rallying pretty strongly, topping 137 for the first time in quite a few years, posing quite a problem for Draghi at his rate decision next week, where they're expected to keep all their benchmark borrowing rates unchanged. So, as mentioned, we do have that ECB rate decision on Thursday, where Draghi is likely to be grilled on the continued strength of the euro currency and particularly the impact this is having on Eurozone export markets. But elsewhere, we have the Bank of England rate decision just ahead of that, where they're expected to keep their monetary policy tools on hold. But quite a lot of focus will be on the incoming Bank of England Governor Mark Carney, who is set to be being grilled by UK lawmakers also on Thursday, and will likely face questions on possible nominal GDP targeting, as he has said in the past that an inflation target may not necessarily be sufficient for good monetary policy. But elsewhere, the Spanish Treasury looking to raise funds towards the longer end of the curve, and this follows LCH Clearnet cutting margins for Spanish bonds, so some could be perceiving that as positive for Spanish paper as we head in towards that auction. And then towards the tail end of the week, we do have the Chinese inflation report, so both CPI and PPI due, where we'll see a bit more colour as towards what the possible picture for monetary policy, particularly regarding the PBOC, could be in the world's second largest economy. So of course we will bring you that as soon as it hits the wires, as well as any other relevant commentary to your trading. But in the meantime, that's all from me. Make sure you have a great rest of the day and a fantastic weekend.